This is the 10th of September, year of our Lord 2019, pre-algebra class. Preston Phillips is about to take his first pre-algebra quiz. So far, it's been like this. If you do your homework, you get the credit. We've been practicing together. So the coach has been able to come onto the court or the field and help you out. And if you messed up, it really didn't affect you as long as you just kept trying to get better, right? And now it's game time, a quiz or a test. Coach can't come onto the court or the field. It's up to you to show what you know. And hopefully, through the first 2 weeks, you and I have prepared you in such a way that you're going to do well and win the game called Quiz 1. Now, mostly Quiz 1 is going to be about order of operations and evaluating. What's evaluating? Before I pass this out, you're going to see the term evaluate and expressions again. Made a big deal about those terms a week ago, 2 weeks ago. What does it mean when they tell you to evaluate? You simply, anybody? Find the value, and do they give it to you? Yeah. There'll be a letter, a variable, and they're going to tell you the value of the letter, and you just plug it in. And there'll be one kind of challenging story problem. Similar to the story problem you did for yesterday on the quiz. Does anybody, before we start, I hear the cries from the audience. Does anybody want to know if they did yesterday's story problem correctly before we start? Let's do that. That's how we roll. Okay. Get your homework out. Page 25. Okay, we are going straight to number 9 in yesterday's homework, page 25. A plant is 14 inches tall. Starting point, 14. It's already 14 inches tall. It grows 4 inches each year. Another plant is 8 inches tall and grows 6 inches each year. First thing you got to do is write expressions to show how much that plant grows. The first plant is already 14 inches. The second plant is, did it say 8 inches? Yeah. 8 inches. The first plant is 14 inches and it grows 4 inches each year. So if I say that X is number of years, tell me if this makes sense. If I say my variable expression, that X is going to symbolize the number of years. 14, it's already 14. I'm going to add to that. It says it grows 4 inches each year. 4 times the number of years. Raise your hand if you get that. It starts at 14 inches. It's going to grow 4 inches each year. I don't know how many years yet, so I'm going to let X be the number of years. Everybody with me? Raise your hand if you don't. I'll go back and say it again. The plant started at 14 inches high. I don't know how many years yet that I'm going to tell you how high it is, but I did find out that it grows 4 inches each year. That's why we're multiplying those two items together, because each means multiply. You with me? The second plant starts at 6 inches high. and it grows, 8 inches high, and it grows 6 inches. X is the number of years. It grows 6 inches each year. So if I was going to compare how tall these plants were after a certain number of years, that's how I would do it. I've got the variable expressions to help me figure out which plant's going to be higher after an unknown number of years. Let's say, in this problem, they say, evaluate it to find their heights in 5 years. It started at 14. It grew 4 inches each year. And now they told us we're going to see how high these plants are in how many years?
5.
So where am I going to put 5? In place of what?
X.
In place of X. Raise your hand if you don't get it, because I can slow down and do it again. We're going to put, now that they told us that we're evaluating this in 5 years, we're going to put 5 in place of X. The hardest thing I think about this for you is understanding how to set it up. True?
Yeah.
Because then you just plug in the number 5. 14 inches high to start, 4 inches each year. How many years? I don't know yet. Oh, I'm going to let a letter represent what I don't know yet. Right? That's what algebra is about. There's a letter that represents something I don't know yet. What don't I know yet? How many years? And then at the end they tell me 5 years. So I plug in 5 here, 14 plus, what's 4 times 5?
20.
So this one's going to be 34 inches high. And this one's going to be 6 times 5?
30.
So the one that started off shorter, 5 years from now is going to be taller. Does that make sense? That was the point of that exercise.
So what plant is alive for 5 years? Well, I mean, like,
Some weeds.
some.
I don't know all the names of weeds, but I do know this. There's been now, but there was a nice little cheap golf course I used to golf right out there going outside of Columbiana. It's called Lakefront. Anybody remember it? If you're from Columbiana, Lakefront Golf Course, remember that? I had a little restaurant there just beyond Sparkle. And it's been closed, I don't know how many years now, more than 5, but if you've driven by there and you've watched the way it went from a golf course, with short grass, and now you drive by and you've got some plants that are like probably 6 foot tall, and yes. Yeah, go ahead. That way you get the credit, David. Funnel them to Sister Lorelei again. Okay, homeschoolers, hopefully that helps with number 9. And if you didn't get this yet through the group thing, I think I sent it yesterday. You can go ahead and take that anytime today.